and welcome to Territory Sport, and a big welcome to Marara Oval. It is the NTFL Grand Final 2010-2011, and it's got down to this. The top two teams clash for the premiership. St Mary's to take on Wanderers. St Mary's incredibly shooting for premiership number 29, and the Eagles, they've won 10. They're hoping to add 1 to that today. Should be a terrific match. Some great players out on the ground today. One of them, James McNamee, was the man who won the Nichols medal back on Sunday night. Let's have a look at that.
James McNamee has had the best football season of his life, and last night it got even better.
The winner of the 2011 Nichols medal is James McNamee from the Wanderers Football Club.
McNamee has starred in attack and defence for the Eagles. He was the favourite to take out the best and fairest medal, but was still shocked.
Probably didn't rate myself as a favourite at all, so yeah, very surprised to get up and wrap to win the award.
He just reads the play so well, you know, and you can put him up forward or down back and he can play just about anywhere you want him to play.
The medal is awarded to the player who gets the most votes throughout the regular NTFL season. McNamee had an unassailable lead after 16 rounds of voting, but the final count was close.
And it's Wanderers over the Bombers again by 2.
The Bombers' Ross Tungatalam didn't miss out completely. He won the ABC's Player of the Year award and was voted the NTFL's most valuable player. But the night belonged to McNamee.
Nichols medalist, James McNamee.
The Wanderers star says he's determined to round out the season with a premiership.
We've basically just got to make sure we go out there and give everything we can, and hopefully it all goes our way, and I'm confident we can beat them, and I think everyone else in the side's got that belief too, which is good.
But to do that, Wanderers will have to beat minor premiers St Mary's this weekend, and the Saints have quite a bit of star power of their own.
Yeah, James McNamee, no one argues with that. The umpire's got it right yet again. Well done and congratulations to him. Those other medals there, Christopher Cates Banks winning the Mitch Lee medal and the Lancaster medal there to Nick Halkitis from Olympic. And some of the others that won awards too. Steph James was outstanding for the women this year. She played for the Red and Whites. Braden McLean there winning the Rising Star. And in the women's competition, the Rising Star there to Kira Hamilton from the Nightcliff Football Club. And joining me, Murray Davis, and he's as excited about this game as I am. Welcome, Murray, and we love Grand Final Day. We want Grand Final Day every week if we can get it.
Yeah, it's a special day, Charlie, and just walking into the ground, going to some of the junior finals earlier on, it's a special day. Really looking forward to this game ahead of us.
We're going to take a real close look at these two teams in just a moment. Let's go down to Rob Cross.
Thanks very much, Charlie. Well, if appearance means anything, then St Mary's will win this by a long way, but we know in football that is not the case. I went to both training sessions on Thursday night. St Mary's had a special training singlet done at the start of the final series. Every player was wearing it. Went along to Wanderers training. Not all their very best players were there for various reasons and couldn't make training, but they were in a ragtag bunch of singlets and T-shirts, but the passion was there, and I guess that is the main thing coming into a grand final. Should be a fantastic game. Conditions tonight, maybe the chance of a shower. Very high humidity, about 80%, 27 degrees, light breeze about 18 kilometres an hour from the northwest. Set for a great match, and the crowd is rolling in.
Good crowd here, fantastic crowd. They've been pouring in here throughout the day, and look at that, the grandstand filling up, and they're sitting in other parts of the ground as well. There's Costa Cariolis, the president of the Nightcliff Footy Club, sitting there. He'd be interested in this game, but people have come from just about everywhere to be part of this. Actually, the Nightcliff Footy Club had a big grand final breakfast this morning, and their special guests were David Parkin and Anthony Koutoufides, which was pretty good. Here come the Eagles. James Scrimgeour to bring them out. John Bonson there. Wow. Wanderers about. They got a little banner. It's only a tiny one. Couldn't read what was on it. Players had no trouble busting through it. You know, they've been so low-key in their build-up for this, the Eagles, and even then they just made their way out onto the ground. Murray, what do you think?
Yeah, I think there's a air of confidence about the Wanderers, and they would have taken a lot of confidence out of their close win last week, Charlie, and there's no turning back now. They're here, and the game's set for a big one.
James Scrimgeour there, number 23, and number 10 with him, the man who won the medal. There he is, James McNamee. All their good players are there. Bonson, I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. Ali Bond. The rucking contest will be pretty good too. Christian Shield out the front with that. Paul Motlop is their coach. He's a very, very reserved and calm character, but he got a chance a short time ago to catch up with Rob Cross.
Well, Paul, seeing coming into the ground today, lots of balloons, lots of streamers. Can you just quickly describe Wanderers and what it means to you as a club?
Oh, look, we haven't been there for a few years now as a winner, so we've been here, last 2 years ago we got here against St Mary's, and look, tonight, I think it's 19 years since we've actually won the premiership, so look, we're looking forward to taking the cup home tonight.
Where do you think you can win it? St Mary's a tough opposition.
Oh, for sure, mate. Look, it's going to be whoever falters first, I think, might give in, but look, in the end, it's going to take a four-quarter effort. And when you're up against St Mary's, they certainly know how to play these games, so it's going to be a big effort from our guys.
Particularly gruelling last week. How did you manage the guys during the week?
Oh, look, we took it pretty easy on them. Gave them a few rehab sessions and light, sharp training, and look, just got them ready for this week, we hope, yeah.
You've got a number of out-and-out superstars in your team. Could you name one or two that could really turn this match possibly for you?
Look, I reckon we've got a team of 22 there that are going to go out and do the job for us, mate. We're not going to wait and hope on any particular player to do it. We've got our leadership group in there that we expect to lead the way for us.
Good luck.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Paul Motlop there. There's the Wanderers team. No surprises as St Mary's start to get ready to come out on the ground. But look at that. There's Nick Walk. What a great player he is from the SANFL. Cabillo was brilliant. James McNamee, Scrimgeour. And, gee, that's a good side.
Yeah, it is. And just a one change, Charlie, that Thomas Motlop back into the team and Duncan Seaton, the unfortunate one to miss out.
And strong interchange bench as well. St Mary's, they're not just St Mary's. They are the Super Saints. Here they are. Peter McFarlane leads them out onto Marara Oval. And they run through that banner there. Sacrifice was written on it.
Yeah, it's a word that they've lived by all this season. They've had it printed onto their singlets, on the banner, and it'll be the team or the players that have made that sacrifice that'll be the winners today.
Gee, it was interesting, I can tell you, before that team ran out there, Coach Damien Hale stood in the race, just stood there, waited, and then he looked around when he was ready. He turned around, he just nodded and then walked away, and the team burst out onto the ground. Iggy Vallejo in the foreground there. Damien Hale, as I said, coach of the St Mary's Footy Club. Rob Cross spoke to him.
Well, Damien, today's the day. Have the boys arrived with their game heads on?
Grand final day. You know, it's the one day of the year in football up here, and the boys have given themselves an opportunity. So we're part of it. We're one part of it, and we'll need 4 really good quarters in order to make it our day. So it remains to be seen, but we're very happy with our preparation, and hopefully they can put that into play come 7 o'clock.
If there was one area or one player at Wanderers that you're most worried about, what would that be?
Oh, look, we don't focus in on any one player. I think if you had a one player focus, they wouldn't be here, and neither would we. They've got a number of players. I think that all 3 of the Motlop boys, Thomas, Aaron and Shannon, obviously, but certainly McNamee, the young guy that won the medal, is a good player. I like Prendergast. He works his backside off at centre forward. Johnny Bonson holds the back line together. Damien Rowe rebounds off half back. So look, they've got a quality footy side, and so have we. So I hope it's a really good game.
Aiming for 4 in a row, what would it mean to the club?
Well, you know, we haven't really thought about that. It's more about the fact that we've worked really hard this year. And really, grand final day is about hoping that you reap the benefits of the efforts that you've put in since July last year. So really, I haven't even thought about the 4 in a row. It's just been business as normal for our blokes, and just getting ourselves ready for what's going to be a torrid game. And hopefully, you know, we get the result at the end of the day.
Damien, good luck.
Thanks a lot.
It is going to be a torrid encounter, no doubt about that. Murray, what do you make of the Saints?
Yeah, 2 ins for and big ins, Purin Tatamiri and Aiden Hill, so they certainly give them some stability down back. Heath and Labastida, the unlucky ones to miss out, but yeah, they've got some good experience in that side. Interesting to see if Maloney, who he picks up, if it's Aaron Motlop after his 3 goals last week.
And that's what they play for today. St Mary's have got the last 3 on there, haven't they? They're going for 4 in a row. They'd dearly love to add that to the Premiership Cup. And we wait now for the national anthem with Mandy Garling.
The players are linking
the teams linking their arms together out there.
It has its origins back through
which is a symbolic statement by men that they don't accept the family violence that happens and against the women and the children, and there they are with their arms linked together. It's a wonderful sight and a great gesture by these teams, including the umpires. Wow, wonderful rendition there of the Australian national anthem by local singer Mandy Garling. Just makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
It certainly does, Charlie. This is what all the lads train for. The supporters have certainly come along to watch in their droves, and that national anthem, you're exactly right. If they're not motivated and fired up after that, nothing will get them to that point.
And those men linking arms were just it's a great sight to see, wasn't it, that the gesture of that and the warm applause from the crowd when the teams did it, and that's terrific to do. There's Damien Hale looking on, the St Mary's coach. He's got the game face on. He's feeling some pressure. I'm convinced of that.
Well, I think when you're in charge of this great team, there's always going to be pressure there, but he's done the work, took over from Brenton Toy throughout the year, and the work's been done by the coaches. Now it's really over to the players, and he'll just have to sit on and enjoy the ride.
Minister Carl Hampton to toss the coin. James Scrimgeour there. Peter McFarlane. What do they call? Let's have a look. Who wins the first bout? Wanderers do. Scrimgeour says we'll go down to the right of screen. There's James. I reckon he's the X factor today. He fires in the middle. He can lead that team in the blue and gold to glory today.
Well, he's going to have his work cut out as we see Paul Motlop look on there. He's going to have his work cut out because he's got some midfielders to go up against. Shannon Motlop went into the midfield last week, Charlie, which I thought was a really good move, and I'm sure we'll see that again today.
Terrific game in front of us. It's the grand final. It's a beauty. St Mary's and Wanderers just about set to get underway. With a job to get first use of the footy. Wanderers to right of screen. And Christian Shield to do their ruckman. He's one of their captains. They've got 4 of them. The other one is in there with him also is James Scrimgeour. Rowan Andrew is the one he jumps against. Cullis, Noon and Rickman in charge of this match. They're the umpires. And Wanderers want to assert some authority early on, we've heard. Can they get first use of the ball out the middle? Look at the tackling, ferocious early on in the grand final. And the umpire runs in there, Aidan Rickman, to ball it up.
Interesting, James McNamee starting defensively, and Kevin Tanderwatch has got the job on him. I'm sure he won't allow him to play loose like he was last week, Charlie.
Shield tried to get his hand on that. Look at this. Gee, what do the umpires do here? They try to pick out a free kick, don't they?
Well, it's going to be fairly willing early on, so you would expect that there will be some body contact, and hopefully it's not an umpire's free kick that breaks it up.
You know, there's just some psychological advantage in getting the first clearing kick out of the middle. Tackle Heath Culpert over the back. Did he give away the free kick? No, holding the ball, chance to get rid of it. They're going to get the free kick. Culpert will get it. And he's going to drive Saints deep into attack. He goes wide out, very, very wide. Wants the man out there in McFarlane. Bonson got it best back to Christian Shield, worried over the boundary line. And umpire will throw it in.
So as I mentioned, Charlie, James McNamee playing defence, but at the moment Kevin Tanderwatch is playing half forward but in a defensive role, so he'll be really accountable for James McNamee, the Nichols medalist.
They're over in front of the Eagles clubhouse. Here's the kick forward up towards the wing. Gets into the hands there quickly of Thomas Motlop, who wasn't there last week. His kick was good, got it up forward. Eagles playing with a little bit of poise here. Kicked to Scrimgeour in the middle. Got it. They worried him out of it. They put him to ground. He parked over the footy. He rolled that powerful body away and was able to get rid of it. Ball goes on the ground. In went the Islets working together. Jarrett and Cameron. Cameron there in number 8. Stacks on the mill. Rob Cross.
Well, Charlie, what an absolutely magnificent night we've got for the grand final. Barely a breath of breeze, no sign of showers around. The ground is in as good a condition as we've seen it in several weeks. Should be set for a ripper.
Andrews with the tap down. Eagles want it, searching for Thomas Motlop. Little scrubber kick. Eagles haven't got a good clear kick forward yet. Up towards centre half forward. Diving effort to mark down there for St Mary's. Ian Brown, who's been a very, very good defender, holds it up at centre half back.
He's got the job on Prendergast, and the other interesting one is Alex Erlandson. Stapleton's having to pick him up at the moment. Normally comes off the bench and goes into the ruck, but they're choosing to start him forward.
Prendergast kick. Prendergast kick. Oh, yes. He stole it, and he banged it through for a goal. It hit the ground, and that man waited for it, the man you were talking about, Murray, and he's kicked a goal.
He was in the right spot, wasn't he? We mentioned Prendergast. I like to see him kick his goals like that. I'm not sure he's such a great kick on the run, but from the stoppage, you'll see it there. Alex Erlandson put it out into space. Ian Brown didn't have body contact on him. Hit it to his advantage. Good shepherding work by Shannon Motlop.
It's the experience of Shannon Motlop. Here it is. Here's the kick. Look at it. Gets over the top. Motlop with the little Shepherd there to hold Aidan Hill out of it. And Ryan Prendergast, look at that for a night. Magnificent side here. Beautiful sky, the green grass, and a grand final. Saints will want to respond in a hurry here. They don't want Wanderers to gain confidence. They're going to get a free kick, though, the Eagles.
Josh Cabillo, he's so important. He's the one that can mix it up with the eyelets in the middle of the ground. There's no doubting that.
Damien Rowe, tied as best and fairest. Billy's down for the Eagles. Owen Henry, so very important for them. James McNamee with a half kick. Handball comes back, Carl Load. Well, we got it past a couple of Eagles players just a little too easily. Good diving mark down there. Well, then they call Bono. He's a beauty, isn't he? John Bonson has it on the wing.
Oh, absolutely. Noticed he was named in the Team of the Year for the ABC, Charlie, and rightfully so. He's a terrific fullback.
Good knockback, Christian Shield. That was well done. And they knocked it away there from Robert Hale. And they'll bring it up towards the wing. Punch down. Culpert waited for it. Strong at body. Kick off the ground was pretty good, the Eagles. They go forward with it. James McNamee got to it. Held with the footy. Couldn't get clear.
Pretty unlucky there. I thought McNamee felt he marked it, but the umpire was in the right spot. So this will be interesting. Alex Erlandson going up in the ruck. Shield staying a kick behind play at the moment.
Eagles in there, Prendergast again. You don't want him on his knees on the ground. You want him to get the ball as it comes out. St Mary's flooding back in numbers there, almost in the hands there of Maloney. Still on the ground. This is an amazing start to the grand final. Eilert, look at the pressure. Hurried kick forward, Owen Henry. Pretty good bouncing ball. Oh, Motlop hard at it. Shannon Motlop goes searching for the footy. Assistant gets there, Thomas Motlop. Saints have got the footy, a little high tackle there. Oh, they went in looking for it. The Eagles couldn't get it. Desperation kick from half back up to the centre of the ground. Eagles first out of the block. Kick out wide here. They want to get it to Owen Henry. Oh, he's got some toe. Goes backwards with the handball. Now they can go forward along the boundary line. Intended kick there for Alex Anderson wasn't real good. Wasn't good enough, and Saints can cut it off and give it up to Carl Load, who has it just backward of the wing.
Did really well, Charlie, there, the St Mary's defenders and midfielders, just to cut off the option. So they didn't have a lot. Probably needed, I'd like to see the Wanderers early days switch the ball and try and get the footy into some space and use their leg speed.
Rob, I'm not sure that Saints have settled just yet.
There was a great line from the media conference yesterday previewing this grand final. And Jamie Scrim just said, we're going to bash them from the outset and trying to make them feel as tired as we are, and they've started that way.
Here's the kick forward. Oh, good mark. He was third in line, was Andrews down there. And he's taken the mark, Mitchell Andrews, amongst three Wanderers players. It was magnificent build-up from Saints off their half-back line. The spearing kick from Cameron Island was a beauty.
Yeah, well, I watched the ball in as we watch Andrews go in and have his first shot on goal, and answers just as St Mary's needed, and truthfully, and that was a good finish there by Andrews. Really good build-up though, Charlie. The kick in was the thing that impressed me the most. They wheeled and go, and I thought it was Velagio or Cameron Islet may have been that just wheeled and went and kicked it to a dangerous spot. And you'll see him come over the top here of Ali Bond. In front, I think it's Nick Walk that's got the job on Andrews, and he was nowhere to be sighted.
It's a good kick, look at that, dead straight. Johnson about to come off the ground. Terrible injury. Looks as though he's broken his right ankle. He's been taken off on a stretcher. You won't expect that you'll see him back in the match. While all of that was happening, Saints got a 50-metre free kick, so they have the ball. There's Hale with it. He's about 75 metres out from goal. So if it wasn't hard enough that Wanderers lose one of their star defenders, the ball is in the hands, a result of a 50-metre penalty with St Mary's.
Yeah, that's right. Anthony Hale, we weren't sure whether he's going to take his place in the side, Charlie. He had that awful dislocated shoulder 2 weeks ago, but looks like it's come back in, and he's got the shoulders heavily strapped there, and he kicks a ball a long way. If he goes right back, he could get this to the top of the goal square. No problems at all. Yeah,
he's a good kick of the footy. He's thinking about it. They're waiting and waiting for the stretcher. The stretcher's off the ground now. The umpire says we're ready to go. So Hale gave it to Iggy Balajo, who was parked in his hip pocket. He received it gratefully and then thumped it to the top of the square. Punched to ground there. Jared Island wants a little bit of it. Josh Cabillo there as well. Eagles rappel out towards the wing, but they get across there and cutting off again is Anthony Hale. Kick from him was pretty good. Gave it off to Tunderwatch. Goes up to full forward with it. Oh, McFarlane, you got a punch. You've got a punch in that situation. They didn't. McFarlane with the stretch got the mark.
Yeah, Shield just got no body contact on him, Charlie. I was watching him. We'll pick it up on the replay. That's just not good enough. That's not good enough in a grand final. The ball came in, long, deep, penetrating kick from Tandawatch. And I mentioned this guy at the outset. He kicks 4 or 5 goals. They win this game.
Peter McFarlane, the skipper, won't miss. No, he doesn't. Saints get their second.
It will be a real focus for St Mary's, I think, Charlie, to try and get the ball in as deep and as long as possible. Try and get it to a dangerous spot. You saw Iggy Villasio load up and kick it in there, and you'll just see here Peter McFarlane, eyes only on the footy, stepped around Shields, went back and converted, kicked St Mary's second.
Chance that Wanderers could lose focus. Yes, Rob.
If I can just butt in, he's straight in the ambulance, dislocated ankle, according to one of the Wanderers staff. So shocking news, and John Ambulance straight on the stretcher as we saw, into the ambulance and away to hospital.
Okay. Bad blow for the Eagles here. McNamee gave it to Josh Cabillo, goes back a little further. Chip kick out wide here. They've got the run, the Eagles. They need a shepherd from Owen Henry. He doesn't really give it. Motlop goes with the kick up for James Scrimgeour. He's going to get a free kick. He played it beautifully.
Yeah, he did, Charlie. He played it well. He guarded the space, and just Hill went on with the tackle when he probably didn't need to.
Scrimgeour can kick this, you know. He's a long way out. He'll kick from just outside 50. He's a booming kick. He's not confident, though. He should just line it up. He doesn't. He wants Prendergast. He's got a couple of tall timbers to beat. They knock it to ground. The Eagles get there. Spillage for them now. Free kick. Wanderers are going to get it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a free kick to David Cruz. I think it was that ran in with the fly to the ball. And does it go back to Cruz? It does. You'll just see here again, Cruz running in. The ball gets dislodged, and Carl Load it just went on with the tackle a little bit too long. So yeah, it was definitely there, and it was just in a really bad spot, I suppose, for Carl Load and St Mary's. But David Cruz, defender, wingman, is he a forward?
Can he answer the goal? Oh, he's got it. He made the goal umpire work, but he kicked it. Cruz gets the second goal for the Eagles. There's just something a little steely about the Eagles, I can tell you.
Yeah, he certainly, there certainly is. And the good thing about that goal from David Cruz, he's playing in defence at the moment. I like the fact that he ran down there, he created a contest and was rewarded with a free kick.
Here's the kick. He didn't leave a lot of space between the ball and the post. There he is, David Cruz. Can take some absolute flyers, can't he? He launches himself. I was interested to see Steve Lolius out there as a runner for Wanderers. He spent years at St Mary's. What's all that about, Murray?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I do know that he's been doing the running for Wanderers all season, Charlie. So, yeah, look, I'm not sure why he's at Wanderers this year, but...
It's thrown Shannon Motlop into the middle. Shannon, you're in trouble. You can't do that, Shannon. You used to be able to, but they were awake to you. And it's got to come back. There's no value in that. You've got the ball in the middle to try and step around someone.
No, not at all. Not this bloke that's got the win in the free kick, Jared Eilert. He locks on, doesn't he? He doesn't let too many go. But he's gone 15 minutes. I'm not sure he's had a change yet. He's working overtime, Jared Eilert.
McNamee with the big punch. Simon Bates, who had a terrific last quarter and a bit last week, was just superb for the Eagles. One of those unsung young players. Chance here for Motlop to make amends. Eilert beats him to it, knocks it over the boundary line.
I reckon if the camera can pick up Jared Eilert, he's on his haunches. He's screaming out for a spell at the moment. It's now 16 and a bit minutes. He's just busted himself. Heath Colquitt, I reckon, will be the change. But that's the sort of stuff that Jared Eilert can do and lead this team.
And look who's run it interchange, Murray.
Yeah, good pick up to have there, isn't it, Heath Colquitt? Little push back. Motlop kept it in play, did well. Aaron Motlop got away with it. Owen Henry, will it sit for him? He just can't get to it. He was away if he got it. The speedster, Owen Henry, makes those runs into the forward line. He just cuts them apart. Throw in at the 50.
Yeah, that's right. Also, Bates is the other one that you mentioned too, Charlie. He'll be pretty important with his leg speed.
Josh Cabillo got it. Carpenter scrambles it through. Oh, he did that cleverly. Chance here for the Eagles if they can get to it. They're on the run. Whistle no, it hasn't. The kick comes out under pressure. St Mary's do it very well to give it to Iggy Balajo, and he goes further to Culpert.
What a tackle by Aidan Hill. He just willed himself there to make sure. It was great work in the build-up by Carpenter and Motlop, but Aidan Hill, that's a great tackle early on.
Culpert short. Iggy Balajo was really the only option. And now they'll go up towards the wing. Motlop at the back went a little early, waiting for it, the Nichols medalist. Back to Bates from McNamee. High kick. Eagles here. Outnumbered. Motlop went to get it, didn't get it. McNamee wins it, gets clear, gets on the right boot, kicks it down into the forward line. Ball goes to ground. Eagles come quickly. They try to get the kick away. They couldn't get it. Saints win it again. Oh, they stand up, do Saints, and work it out to Shannon Rioli. He's at the defensive 50 along the boundary line. Spears upfield for Culpert. He tries to do the blind turn. Shepherd with his body gave it to Lewis. Lewis pumped it up the centre half forward. Big jump there by the Eagles. Spillage comes out into the hands of Ali Bond, runs off half back, goes in search of Aaron Motlop. He's got a metre or two of space in front of Jason Puruntatameri, but he can't get a handle on the footy. Pushes it towards the boundary line. Puruntatameri's given him nowhere to go. He did cleverly back to Ali Bond, gave it off quickly. The Eagles got it off to Tyler Ditloff, went forward, mark inside 50. Ryan Prendergast takes it.
Yeah, Ryan Prendergast gets a mark, but the brilliant work by Aaron Motlop there. He didn't give up on that contest, and he was just waiting for the support to come. But, geez, that's well read by Prendergast. Ian Brown, again, just sort of, he was able to manoeuvre him under the football, which was the key for Prendergast. But, geez, the work by Aaron Motlop on that wing was good.
Prendergast, take a good kick from him. He is a good kick. He is. And the Eagles celebrate his second. Crowd love it. Prendergast has got two.
Certainly has. Named at centre forward, I think, in the team of the year, and rightfully so. He is a workhorse. Damien Hale referred to him as a workhorse as well. And Ian Brown's a good defender, but Prendergast just read that better. Good finish by him. It's not one of his strong points is his kicking, but that was a really good finish.
Rob, anything there?
Oh, there have been some great centre-half forwards at AFL level, haven't they? We've seen over the years Jonathan Brown, Dermot Pereira and Stephen Kernahan, you know and love, Charlie.
Yep.
But how good is Prendergast? What a great start to the match, and he's a real focal point. Big worry for St Mary's.
And Brown's a good player too, and he's leading him a merry dance at the moment. Eagles go forward yet again. It's looking pretty good for them. Little tap back. Bates got it. Bates caught in the tackle. Got it out. Spills into the hands for the Eagles here. Ditloff. Ditloff for goals off hands through from behind. The Eagles are coming in a hurry late in this first term.
They certainly are, but what about the clever tap on by Aaron Motlop to Simon Bates just in the build-up to that? That was very impressive. But good work again by Hill on the last line.
Kick to the ruckman. Gets there, reaches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grabs, surely. Umpire says yes. Plays the mark there to Big Rowan Andrews. Ryan Lewis out wide. Wanderers don't want to give away a goal here. They've matched Saints everywhere. And good running across the front. That was cleverly done there by Jared Erlinson. Had a good game last week. We mentioned him.
Yeah, he has. He's very important. Again, his run and carry. Another one of those midfielders that needs to be able to break the lines and run the lines and making sure that they get that football into Prendergast and Shannon Motlop.
Look, there's no doubt St Mary's are not playing the game that they want to play. Wanderers are holding them out of it at the moment.
Yeah, their pressure's very good. It's interesting if we watch Cameron Eilert actually punt the ball in there to McFarlane. I think he may have given away the free kick.
Yep.
Or it's actually going to McFarlane.
Oh, I thought there was a push out on McFarlane. But we might see it in replay, but McFarlane's going back to have the kick.
Yeah, that's it's an interesting one there because it looked like we'd taken the mark and then he was behind, but the umpires paid it, I think, as too high. So McFarlane